Have I got the transferable skills from my role to work as a HR administrator? Hey everyone, welcome back to HR Talks with Lish, and you've landed on the right video if you are going for an interview and you don't specifically have HR direct experience, but you want to understand how can I tailor my transferable skills when I'm speaking to the hiring manager in my interview. So what I'm going to be doing today is I am going to be in a mock interview setting. This time, I'm actually going to do it from the perspective of a receptionist. And I'm going to show you exactly how you should be articulating your answers. So you've got an example, a framework that you can use to support you in your own interviews. All right then, so let's get straight into it. So the first question, what are some of the most important traits to succeed as a HR administrator? Now with this question, the hiring manager really wants to see if you understand what these important traits are. And I think a great way of indicating what this is specifically for this company that you are applying for is to make sure that you're looking through the job description and seeing what they prioritize as the key skills as an administrator. Utilize those and compare it with your experiences as well. And then make sure you talk about why you believe these are great skills to have as a HR administrator and link everything back to what you've done in your previous roles. So we're now going to go to the mock interview situation where I answer this question in detail.
What are some of the most important traits to succeed as a human resources administrator?
To succeed as a HR administrator, I believe there are several key traits to effectively navigate this role. I do want to point out 4 of the most important that I would say are essential and I've adopted in my previous roles, which I believe transfer to HR. So the first one is communication skills. Strong communication skills are crucial for HR administrators. You need to articulate policies, procedures, and information clearly to employees and management. Additionally, active listening is vital to understand and address the concerns of individuals within the organization. Organizational skills and the ability to manage multiple tasks, prioritize responsibilities, and maintain accurate records is essential. HR administrators I know often juggle various projects from recruitment to assisting with employee relations queries, so it's important to be able to be flexible but also manage tasks accordingly to address employees' needs and concerns. Confidentiality as well, I believe, is another key trait, as HR professionals are dealing with sensitive information, including employee records, performance evaluations, and personal issues. So maintaining the highest level of confidentiality builds trust with employees and demonstrates professionalism. Attention to detail. Paying attention to the detail is crucial, and it's critical in HR tasks such as maintaining accurate records, processing payroll, ensuring compliance with regulations, and small errors can have significant consequences. So having a key eye for detail is indispensable. And I would also mention that empathy and emotional intelligence, as well as being tech savvy and having a continuous learning attitude, is as crucial as well to being a successful HR administrator. So the next question, tell us about a time when you have had to deal with confidential information. Now, as a HR professional, you will be dealing with confidential information on a day-to-day basis. So it's important that the hiring manager understands how you deal with these situations and what you do when you are handling this information. So in this scenario, I'm a receptionist. So I am trying to showcase how in the receptionist scenario, I'm dealing with confidential information and I'm thinking about what it takes in a HR administrator perspective to deal with this information as well, to curate an answer that showcases that I am capable of being able to handle confidential information in the scenario of being a HR professional. So it's always important to make sure that you are relating back to your own experiences, but then thinking, how does this link into what they need from me as a HR professional in this role? And then linking everything back and showcasing how you will add value, even though you have not been a HR professional, you know what it takes to handle confidential information in general. So let's go to the mock interview scenario where I answer this question in more detail.
Tell us about a time when you've had to handle confidential information.
Certainly, whilst I haven't held a HR administrator role, my experience as a receptionist in the healthcare industry has provided me with instances where handling confidential information was crucial. An example is when managing patient records and appointments. In this role, I was entrusted with sensitive personal and medical information of patients, including their medical history, insurance details, and contact information. It was important to maintain the confidentiality and integrity of this information to adhere to regulations and ensure patient privacy. I implemented strict protocols to safeguard this data, such as limiting access to authorized people only, using secure electronic systems for record keeping, and shredding any physical documents containing sensitive information. Additionally, I underwent regular training sessions to stay updated on compliance. Furthermore, I encountered situations where patients confided in me about their health conditions or personal concerns during check-ins or phone calls. It was essential to handle these conversations with discretion and empathy whilst respecting their privacy and confidentiality. Overall, my experience as a receptionist in the healthcare industry has really honed my ability to handle confidential information responsibly and also ethically, which would be applicable to a HR administration role where similar principles of confidentiality and discretion are definitely important. So the next question, can you walk me through a situation where you've had to implement communication and collaboration procedures and improvements in your team? This question, it's important that you think about a scenario, a time where as a receptionist, you were able to support with improving communication strategies as within the business that you're in. There may have been improvements that needed to be made, and you were the person to implement those or suggest those ideas, which actually led to execution. So it's about seeing how do you come up with ideas, but not just come up with them, but execute on them to show the improvements. How are you showing the impact you've made and the results as a result of what you've done? So it's important to think about all these factors to curate an answer that is put in a way in which the hiring manager can see step by step how you've come up to an idea to execution. Because this is something that a lot of organizations really value, because you are being able to add value into an organization based on how you communicate and collaborate. So this is how I would answer this question. And let's go to the interview mock session to see how I did that.
Can you walk me through a process you implemented to improve communication and collaboration?
As a receptionist in the healthcare industry, I've actually implemented a process aimed to enhancing the communication and collaboration with my previous team. So I can walk you through some of the detailed steps that I took to enhance this. So creating a centralized information hub. So I developed a centralized system for storing, accessing critical information, which included patient schedules, contact details, and medical records. By centralizing all of this information in a secure and accessible manner, it facilitated smoother communication and collaboration among the team members who are working on the reception with me. I also implemented some standing operating procedures as I documented and made sure I outlined the steps and protocols for various tasks, such as patient check-ins, appointment scheduling, and insurance verifications. So these standard operating procedures served as a reference guide for all the members of the team on the reception, ensuring consistency in processes and reducing errors. Also, establishing feedback mechanisms. So I encouraged an environment where feedback was welcome and valued, and team members were encouraged to provide constructive feedback on communication processes, workflow, and areas of improvement. Regular feedback sessions or suggestion boxes also allowed team members to voice their opinions and contribute to the continued improvement of communication and also collaboration practices. And also, recognizing achievements of the team. So I did emphasize the importance of celebrating successes and milestones in the team. So whether that was achieving patient satisfaction goals or reducing wait times where we could, or successfully implementing new communication protocols, and acknowledging and celebrating these achievements helped to boost the team morale, and it fostered a sense of collaboration between us all. By implementing these processes, I was able to significantly improve communication and collaboration within the team of receptionists. Whilst the context may differ from a HR admin role, the principles of the effective communication and teamwork, I would say, are definitely transferable, and I would be able to utilize my knowledge and expertise in effective communication within the HR administration role. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you like this video, and if you've got any suggestions on questions that you would like help with when it comes to structuring your interview answers, then please comment down below with those questions and I'll happily make a video on those questions to support you with that. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.